Wait, what?
Hello, there we go. If you didn't notice, this is our Christmas one shot, and I'm going to go ahead and get with the first sponsor, which is Dubay Energy. It's W Energy for the layperson. If you want to be fancy, it's how I just said it. You go to our link tray. No, I'm not going to do that anymore. You go to our link tree, and you click on our W link thing, and it sends you to the website, and then you buy all of it. And then you get 10% off when you enter promo code NAT20Beards. And it is a great powdered energy drink with no jitters. And the tub makes 40 energy drinks, and it comes out to like $1.03 per energy drink. And if you were here last week, I said I tried a 99-cent energy drink at a gas station. I thought I was going to die. So don't do that. This is for trained professionals only. Logan, you had something?
Yes. Listen. Okay. So if you love the main campaign, but you have no idea what's going on because there's a lot happening all the time, totally fair. There's a lot happening all the time. Just go to our YouTube or our Spotify. We have actually on Spotify, we've got polls. Feel free to give us answers because it helps us as creators give you, the audience, much more. And we would love that personally. Because, like, I personally, out of everybody, love interaction. So, like, get involved. We're here.
Is there a blank poll where I can just write Brad sucks on it or no?
I'll make that happen.
No, you can only put awesome.
Hey, just
Alphabetical.
Hey, I got enough room to put all of y'all. Let's see who sucks.
Well,
I think that was all we had, right? And we're just going to jump straight into the intro.
yeah.
Fantastic. Intro.
Buy our merch.
No.
That was a good addition.
Opening a letter. All right, welcome everybody. So we will be doing our December one shot. This is brought to you by Dragon's Nest Delivery. So this is one of the modules that comes with their set. So every month, James over at Dragon's Nest Delivery writes a module with copyright-free music, gives out dice, minis, candy, Japanese snacks. And they always come with metal dice as well. So we're going to be running through his module today. I have taken some creative liberties, but the story of what he has written will be there. There will also be some either really cringy Christmas music as part of the module, and some that I have added because obviously it's the holidays and some people are misers, like Austin, and other people love the holiday season. So we will get right into it. So today, our adventurers are coming from slaying an ancient white dragon as a group. They are looking to rest in a nearby village as they are in the north of the Sword Coast, deep into the Arctic. And the only village that they're aware of is one who our player, Alexis, was it supposed to be Alexis? Has graciously informed the party of, as commonly they are misconstrued as an elf, even though they are a high elf, and constantly told about Santa's workshop in the north. So they're very aware of this specific region. What we will do to start, so everyone has an idea of the characters, is have the party introduce themselves. We will start with Alexis.
That's me.
That is you.
You can also tell us where everybody can find you too.
Yes, so please, this is our guest, Lexi Lollipops. Please feel free to introduce yourself, promote your socials, and then after you do that, introduce your character.
Oh, you did such a good idea. You did so good for me. I'm Lexi Lollipops. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, all under the same name. LexiLolly_XO. I'm playing Lexi. I just decided to keep it simple because I'll forget. She is a high elf who hates stereotypes. She's a rogue. It's a little sketch about what's going on, but she's here for a good time, not a long time. So
Perfect. Next, we will go with Niva.
Neva, you guys have heard her before in a one-shot. She is usually my go-to one-shot character. 6'2", she's a fighter, got a little bit of warlock, but it doesn't come up as often as you would think. She has a big heart and very little thoughts in her head, and she tries really hard to be as good as she can while also destroying every obstacle in her way as physically as possible. There's a door. We will be getting through it. By God.
Well, I think the best character to go after you would be Skittles.
First off, I want to commend Lexi for posting "and I love you, random citizen." I almost spit out my old fashioned when I read that. Love that movie, my old Schule house. I guess I'll go with the whole thing. This should have picked a better voice for this. Okay. Hello, my name is Skittles Sparkleston. I'm a bard. I like to hang out with my bouncer Neva, although she didn't mention me, and that's okay. I will get her at some point in time. She can deny it all she wants to, but I am too fabulous to turn down for the... It's been a lot, but I'm wearing her down, trust me. I'm here because Neva's awesome, and, you know, I don't really like to fight, and I'm a little squeamish, but it's okay, because Neva's got my back, and the rest of these people are awesome, too. I'm a forest gnome bard, and, get ready for the performance of your life.
All right. And speaking of small things and big packages, Brad, would you like to introduce Finnegan?
Oh, no comment.
Yeah. 1 second.
Ho, ho, ho.
So hey, I'm Finnegan Swiftblade, and as you see, I am one of the biggest, baddest, coolest motherfuckers in the world, hanging out with this big, sexy boy to my right. So if anyone has a problem with me, they go through him, and if not, you know, my swords can't cut you up a little bit. You know, I have 3 world... Obi! What kind of doing an intro, my guy?
So
Oh my
high.
God.
Excited.
I have
Not too
3
much
rules.
blood, please.
Go ahead.
You know, oh my goodness, Obi-Wan, I love you. I love you, but you gotta be quiet, my guy. But yeah, let me just cut to the end. I once broke a man's sternum with my beard, so yeah, that's my character.
And lastly, his big band to the left.
I'm Barbarosso. I'd rather bleed out than sit here and talk about my feelings for 10 minutes. I'm a refugee turned samurai badass, and I only flirt with destiny.
That will change soon, sir.
All right. So I will read everyone into this module. The setting will be in Polar Pine, where, once again, it is a village in the far north in the cold Arctic. And the girlfriend's on the phones.
Yep.
Well. Anyways, so you guys are here to rest and enjoy the holiday after slaying an ancient white dragon. As you guys are walking towards supposedly a settlement that Lexi has graciously told you about, you only see one thing in the far distance. It looks like a giant star sitting atop a town. And you guys are pretty far away from this town, yet still see the light. And as you approach and get closer and closer, over the horizon you see a herd of mammoths getting hurdled by Goliaths and giants. Very far in the distance, but these are big creatures, so you can still see them. And relatively closer to the town. As you get closer to the town of Polar Pine, you recognize it as Polar Pine because Alexis probably would have been telling you the story of how this town has a massive tree in the center of it, which atop of it sits a star that basically is the embodiment of the North Star. It is big, it is beautiful, and it is bright. Any other light that you've ever seen that doesn't hold a candle to what this light radiates. And you guys walk into Polar Pine, and I will bring you on the map,
Polar Pine.
and I will
How cute.
Nice.
give everybody. I'm not going to put your tokens down because this is just for purposes of seeing what the map looks like. I do need to give token properties to Brad because he is now in here. Welcome to Polar Pine, as I get my shit together.
Same, I forgot to turn my lighting on.
I'm freezing. I have my open V-neck shirt. This was a horrible costume choice. I don't know why I went with this. Neva, where were you when I was making this decision?
I literally told you that we were going to be cold and that was maybe a little too much skin, but like, I won't stifle your creativity. We've discussed this.
You said no such.
That being said, I do think that we deserve to go find a tavern. I would love a drink.
I also would second the choice of loving said alcoholic beverage.
Be whiskey or be nothing.
If you're gonna drink, black out. Be a man. Let's go.
Okay.
Second.
Freezes to death. If he freezes to death, dibs on his stuff, though. You know.
Mm.
Whoa.
That's fair.
I mean, alright, I guess.
Well-
I won't stop you.
If you black
Clearly,
out
the
around me,
party-
I'm not promising nobody's gonna get a cuddle.
Tunnel. Tavern.
Clearly, they have their own dynamic. As you guys walk into Polar Pine, you see homes made of beautiful artisan brick and stone, ornate designs of wood all throughout. Some homes have different Christmas or holiday decorations, as you see lights, metalwork, snowflakes, and various things as you make your way through the gilded streets of Polar Pine. Now, the landscape is blanketed in the snow and dotted with cheerful villagers bustling about. In fact, as you guys make your way through the gates, and there are some soldiers, but not necessarily many throughout, you guys see a bunch of children in front of lampposts playing with snowballs and throwing them at each other. You see half-orcs, dwarves, elves, and humans alike, all having fun in the streets. Can you make me a dexterity saving throw, Logan?
Yes, I would love to, because the moment that you mentioned there's a snowball fight, Neva's involved. Oh, we're doing that. It's
Immediately,
happening.
yes.
Okay, let me see. I don't have my dice out. I do have my dice, but I'd have to search through them. So you said a dexterity saving throw?
Yes, please.
That was not great. That's a
Good start.
13.
13. It's still good enough as you see a stray snowball come a-flying from a dwarven child who is a little bit more portly than most and completely whiffs his friends as it goes flying over your shoulder. All of these kids come up and start apologizing to the group, but very welcoming of you all.
Well, now I feel bad because I was going to hit one with a snowball, but I guess
Holy
they're
crap.
nice.
I cast Counterspell.
You're lucky you apologized when you did. I was gonna kill you.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. Well, you do that, and you see this dwarven child like trying his best to basically come out with more of an apology, but you threatening to kill this small child, even though you're probably the same height, is alarming to him, and he does not know what to do.
How about instead of violence, excessive violence, can I join?
All of you?
Nope, not me. I'm gonna sit over here and play my lute if that's cool with everybody else.
He doesn't really like getting involved with stuff like this. It's physical.
There could be bloody. Hold on. I got an image of people bleeding in my head. I can't get it out.
No, it's a snowball fight. No, sir. It's a snowball fight. There's no
Go make
blood in
snow
snowball.
angel. Calm down.
I'm okay.
And you see this dwarven child, Brad, looking at Finnegan because you're the only one that chose to intimidate these children, as he is sitting and staring at you, kind of looking. And what's your insight? 10? You don't know what he's doing necessarily when he's looking at you. Like you can't gauge what his emotions are. You get that he's scared and intimidated, but you don't understand why he's staring at you. In fact, probably the only one in this group that actually would be able to understand would be Skittles. and Barbarossa Steel, and Neva. So half the group.
So instantly, I'm
Yeah.
going to Barbarossa.
Hey, hey. Psst. Hey, over here. Down. Yeah, me. Hey. That guy. He's looking at me weird. I don't know if he wants my ass, but I kind of like it, so figure it out.
He's a child, you weirdo.
Oh,
It's a.
but he's my height. As far as you know, he could be a halfling.
He's
Don't
not.
identify.
No.
Listen, I know flirting when I see it, and
Child.
he's not flirting with you, trust me.
Well, then does he want to kill me? I'll kill him first.
Killing children is still up there with flirting with them. Yes.
Don't be jumping to conclusions. That's too tall of a height for you, little one.
The whole time,
That's why I came to you.
the whole time they're
Elven
talking, I'm
child
going to be making
who-
faces to the kids behind
Yeah.
the other one.
You see an elven child walk up to the group, and a lot of them probably are looking between Finnegan and Skittles. And you see this elven child basically be like, guys, we probably should leave these all people alone. They are really uncomfortable. And you see a bunch of parents like looking like in the distance and ushering their kids away from you guys. As you guys have made quite an entrance. Some of you chose to say nothing. Some of you chose to say too much. As
Completely
these children
oblivious.
have started to move away from you.
Neva's gonna see those
Danger.
parents, and she's just gonna be like,
Don't wave. So I already made it weird enough.
Yeah, so they
I'm
wave
just gonna
back,
glare.
and usher their like it was one of those, and walk away. As you guys are now standing in the middle of this village, and there are still people jolly and cheerful. Some are a little skeptical now of this random group. You gather that probably don't get many visitors up this north.
To lighten the
But you
mood,
do.
I'm going to start playing the lute, just a really gentle, kind of like major scale.
Okay. Yeah, so Skittles starts playing, and you guys are now standing basically in the center of town, and you know there's a long line of people going towards a big lodge-looking building. And I say lodge-looking building as it looks like a log cabin with 2 floors. And a bunch of people are walking with mugs and various glass tankards around that area.
You got a
Across the
29%.
street from there, you see a bauble shop as well.
I'm sorry, did you say a bauble shop?
Some tchotchkes, some baubles, and various trinkets.
Yard sale.
Okay. That's exciting. First a drink and then to the bauble shop?
I'm busy with a 29 performance check, just entertaining these people.
You actually, some of the children have started to follow Skittles, still looking over the gnome's shoulder to look at Finnegan, skeptical. But you have a following in this town.
I am the Pied Piper. Bow to me.
Oh no!
Barbarossa's gonna look at all the shops and say, capitalism, the gods' ways of determining who's smart and who is poor.
Neva's gonna lean down to Skittles and be like, what does that mean?
I don't know. I
He's looking all
play a
mysterious behind
righteous
his mask.
jam on my lute. I don't care what the crazy hot samurai is saying.
Keep it in your
Okay.
hands.
He doesn't hold a candle to you, babe. I'm just saying. Just, he's attractive.
Thanks.
Finnegan's gonna look up at the big samurai boy.
I agree. Shopping is pointless. Don't go shopping for food. Starve. Die. Be a man instead.
Well
I like
said. Well said.
Did your parents love you growing up?
What are parents?
There's always an orphan
Well,
somewhere.
that tracks.
Ask the dragon.
As you guys, I assume, travel forward in banter, you see a few things and you hear a few things now as you're closer to the tavern and the bauble shop across the street. What you see is the sound of you see caroler, sorry, and the sound of them harmonizing emanate nearby. Their melody basically matching Skittles' lute. They seemingly are singing in the same tune and key to match what Skittles is playing. You also, as you get closer,
Oh my God.
smell spiced cocoa, various cookies and ginger, as it is wafting out of the chimney of the lodge.
Ugh.
What do you all do?
We did just
Well,
kill a dragon.
I am full Eddie Van Halening this thing right now.
Do you,
I don't often cry, but it's when someone has wasted good food. We should eat.
and when he
Yeah,
mentions
I'm probably-
food, you all...
You go ahead.
No, you're good. When he mentions food, all of you realize that you've traveled through the night, and it's probably midday at this point, 5 or 6 p.m., as the sun is starting to drop, and you're starving. Slight rowboat.
My people, I must take a break from this fine tunage I have been ripping, and must feast. I will be back.
Give me a persuasion check to the group.
Okay.
As you have amassed probably 15 people, kids and parents alike, with your lute playing.
33.
There's not snowballs thrown at you, but snowballs thrown up, so it rains snow even harder around you, and pieces of candy, seemingly probably from people's pockets, as lint lines some of this candy wrappers, as you are getting rained on by whatever these children have.
Uh,
How distracted are these people by his wonderful playing?
Oh, you are an expert and a mastermind of all sorts. These people are probably easy pickings for you.
I would like to scout out for pickpocketing opportunities.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
And because this is something you are good at, do so with advantage.
Most excellent. I just had my dice. Where's my
I-
dice go?
The
Oh, I
chat
put them on the wrong
is suggesting some things to steal. Amongst those things is a liver. I think that would be a good challenge.
screen. You know.
It's a great way to start on the black market of a one-shot.
Okay, so
Neva is gonna
Chaotic as
try to
always,
snatch
guys.
a couple of pieces of candy out of the air so that she
Sure.
can eat it.
Sure.
I got a 19 plus 5.
Okay, so 24 for you. And Logan, give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay, that's not what I thought, but sure.
You
yeah.
could also use athletics. It is up to you.
Passive perception of 21.
Okay. So, nobody notices. Logan? Sorry, hold on. I'm gonna wait, as this will be part of
23.
it. 23. Sure. It's easy enough for you. You snatch various pieces of candy. Some of them probably were gonna pelt your friend Skittles relatively hard. You maybe let some of those go through, but that is your choice. Lexi, you clearly see that there are some children here that have been given allowances. Their coin purses are a little loose out of their big baggy pockets that probably were given to them by their parents.
She's stealing
And this is
people with
definitely
Jinko
a
jeans.
rich town.
They don't need them. I'm their life lesson to keep their wallets in their pockets.
Describe to me how you want to approach sneaking behind them, or what do you want to do to alleviate their pockets of the weight?
I'm going to try and just walk as casually behind them as possible, as if I'm going in another direction entirely. Like I look like I'm walking with purpose, but meanwhile I am just like, yoink.
Interesting.
yoink.
This won't be a stealth check. This will be a deception check. They want to see your intention as you walk by these children.
Oh no. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
have
mean-
a-
You're a bard, man.
I have a
you-
dumb question.
Go for it.
When I roll my deception, I have a +8 beside deception. That's what I add to my dice, right?
Correct. So all of your abilities have modifiers, regardless of whether you're proficient in them or not.
I'm so good at Dungeons and Dragons, guys.
Flawless.
I got a 17 +8.
Well, if she gets
25.
if she gets
Okay.
close enough to me, I will reach out and like touch her leg and cast enhance ability and give her cat's grace, so she has advantage.
Oh yeah.
Sure. So
I'm
as you
rubbing children blind.
as
Very
you walk
fucking
by,
gross.
these kids and you being an expert see that they're glued to Skittles, excuse me, and then you feel a hand touch probably your hip because of the height differences here, and you just feel more nimble. And if you attempt to steal this dwarven child's coin purse, I need a sleight of hand check from you.
Skittles is gonna be doing the thing where he's like embracing, and then he'll like reach out and touch the leg and just casually do the little. Just keep embracing. Ow! That was a jawbreaker. That hit me right in the eye.
Neva's probably gonna like lean over to the other
Jesus
two party
Christ.
members and be like, "They're at their best right now. Let them work."
I
Give them
did
a
not.
minute.
I did not build my character sheet, but my freaking bonuses to these rolls are indecent.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
rogue sleight of hand should be some bread and butter.
And I'm using
Very true.
Google Dice because I can't find my physical dice. So
No
I
worries.
have a. Hold on, I have a. Hold on, I can math. I have a
Need to write
19.
more
There we
quotes.
go.
19. This child does not have any weight in his pocket anymore, as you find about 50 silver pieces.
Nice.
Holy
Once again,
crap! You weren't kidding.
this
He's
is-
letting these
This is
children
a
run out.
loaded town. These streets are gilded. The streets are gilded.
And nobody
as-
threw coins at me when I was
Preoccupied,
performing.
my
Cheap bastards.
Anyways, Lexi, yeah, so you find a coin purse. You casually come back to the group as nobody reacts to anything. In fact, the party probably wouldn't even have noticed your hands move, how quickly they went. As you guys are now standing out front of the tavern.
I'm gonna take a bow
Oh,
and go. I am a golden god, and I'm gonna go get a drink.
hey Skittles, do you listen? Do you mind fronting me for a drink or like covering the tab tonight? I'll get you back.
Did you just say Frenching?
Fronting?
Damn it.
Like
Yeah, I
front
got
to
it. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I just thanks.
Toy with my emotions.
Don't I always?
No.
Well, Finnegan and Barbarossa, well, these three others were doing. Are you guys doing anything else, or are you guys headed into the tavern? What are the two of you doing?
Barbarossa is just going to inhale deeply and find the direction that meat is currently at.
And Finnegan?
Following.
Finnegan's gonna be following Barbarossa. They grew up together, so he just follows him around, feeling safe behind this taller person, as I am small.
Is it fair to assume everyone makes their way into the tavern then?
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure
Yeah.
we're all good to go and get nice and wasted.
So, as you walk into the tavern, you guys come into a whole different environment. There is a piano playing in the corner with a very jolly tune. Very
Oh,
upbeat,
God.
people dancing, singing along, children running around, coins sound everywhere, cookies, various things being bought from the tavern. As what you see is a refuge of sorts in this winter village. It's a very warm building. This village is cold on the outside, obviously. It is winter time. You come into a glowing interior, adorned with twinkling lights, pristine snow flakes all along the walls, and you're greeted by the sound of crackling fires as well. Inside their fires, you see pine cones, and it makes sense as you smell pine burning, and it just feels very festive, whether you like that or not. Anyway, around you, you see a group of carolers drinking tea, soothing their voices as they prepare, off-duty guards drinking at the bar, children running in and out, tracking snow everywhere, and what looks like families bundled together sharing stories by the hearth. You see an old man also in the corner with a candy cane. Cane. I had to specify candy cane. Cane. And a large portly man standing alone behind the bar, clearly this innkeeper. What do you guys do?
How many drinks does everybody want?
Depends how much they have.
I need
Right.
at least strong to get me through this Christmas mess right
I
now.
think I got this. Excuse me, Mr. Barkeep.
And you see a man put his hands on the counter and look down as he's looking at everyone else in the group and looks down. And what you see is a bald-headed man with mutton chops, brown and almost amber. Welcome. Heward. Heward's the name.
My name is Skittled Sparklestead. You might have heard of me. I am a rather famous bard. I'm here with my party, and I would like to know your prices on the alcoholic beverages, preferably something unnecessarily strong. Yes, I could use big words in this one shot.
Well, we have various drinks. I'm sure you and your friends will probably pick something different. And he points his hand down, probably up for you, actually, now that I think about it, to what looks like a menu of sorts, and they're stacked on top of each other all in paper. And he looks over to Alex. Is it so? You heard Alex? You said it's Lexi. Or do you want? I just want to make sure. Is it Alex's or Lexi? How do you want to be?
I would go with Lexi. It would make my life
Okay.
easier.
Sure, perfect.
My
Looks
real
to
name
Lexi.
is Alex, and you're like calling me Alexa, and I'm like, how did you know?
Because you wrote it on your character sheet.
Oh,
That's yeah. Sorry. Anywho, so he looks to you and hands you a gilded menu. Elves of. You take it from.
yes, I
Sure.
so
So
it was an odd look to his mutton chops. Just a little-
yeah, and Heward looks at you and is basically like, "Welcome to the town. Santa's helpers are always welcome." As he's clearly joking, but it's still you feel it. Anyways, does everyone look at the menu? So there's various menus scattered around the floor as well as the bar top.
Oh yeah, looking at the menu.
She just
trying to
has
get
this
some-
moment of internal rage where she's like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna show my ass until I get my liquor, but I will burn this place to the ground.
I love that. I
Base.
will read to you what's on the menu. As it is a holiday one-shot, we need to have holiday drinks and food. So, you see Frostberry Fizz atop the menu, Aurora Elixir, Icicle Infusion, and a Snowfall Sip for the drinks. For food, you see Evergreen Eclairs, Arctic Apple Dumplings, Frostbite Fritters, Glacial Gyoza, and Penguin Puffs.
Excuse me, Mr. Bartender, I have an interesting question. Those penguin puffs aren't made with actual penguins, are they?
That's a very good question.
He looks to the two small people. You're kidding, right?
No,
I never kid. I mean, I do
Neither.
all the
there's
time,
no
but
kidding at this table. We are adults. I know we are small, but we are not kids.
Right. So penguin puffs are these savory cheese puffs filled with an herb-infused dip, and they're shaped in the form of penguin.
oh well,
Puff pastry.
I'll take a round of those for the table.
That
So
would be
wonderful.
amazing.
Okay. 6, 5, 5. Okay.
But to clarify, no actual penguins have been harmed in the making of these, right?
Anyone else? Anyone else?
Barbarossa's
gonna raise his hand and say,
Mhm.
bacon.
And he pats his stomach. A meat lover. Me too. Well, you probably would prefer the gyoza. They are Arctic boar stuffed in a dumpling wrapper. They are my favorite, and probably why I'm 300 pounds overweight.
I would like some of those as well, sir.
Okay.
Barbarossa is gonna smile and say, stuttering is for the weak-minded, and I believe I didn't. Bacon.
Right. Well, boar is basically bacon. Listen, I'm just
Barbarossa's
trying to
3
help
favorite
here.
words are money, bacon, whiskey. 2
I
of those
guess-
would be amazing.
Are you trying to intimidate him, by the way, Dagan? What is your goal?
He wants to intimidate him in a sense where he wants a slab of meat and,
Okay.
and a brown whiskey.
Sure. Give me an intimidation check here, and Brad is giving you the helping action as Finnegan bolstered your argument.
While
Okay.
they're doing this, can I
Um,
just reach across, like slide the menu back and order one of the fizz and the dumplings?
Yeah. So as they're like trying to talk to him, you see another woman come out from behind this large portly man that you guys didn't notice because she is small. And she kind of like wraps her arm around this big man and looks down and takes the menu from you. Yeah, a fizz and gyoza. Yes. Sure.
I'm just gonna look her up and down and nod.
Force over. Thank you.
Easy,
Welcome to the
Dina.
town.
Easy.
It was 19.
19. Yeah, so as you watch, he would stand up a little bit and kind of puff his chest out, which is probably 4 inches removed from his gut. I used to be an adventurer myself. I can look in the back and see if we have any extra fat remaining from the boar.
Here, how about I do this? Sir, I'm just going to hand you 30 gold and just keep it coming.
Yes.
He said.
That would cover all of your drinks for the night, I'm assuming, as long as you're not normal adventurers, I guess.
Speaking of
right.
drinks, what's the like? I love it. First of all, love the names. Love them. They're real.
Mhm.
What's the hardest drink on your menu?
Well, and as
Me.
he's saying, well, Lexi, you see the woman that you nodded and made an agreement come out with a little steam basket, hands it down, and it's in the shape of a snowflake. And something else is she hands you this blue concoction of berries, and it's chilled to perfection. And the reason I say that is when you pick it up, the frost around the cup melts away by the warmth of your hands, and you look into this mystical blue, sparkling drink. Welcome.
If you don't make that next week, I'm going to be upset with you, Joe.
I have all the things I would need to make for that, including blue curacao, obviously.
Very nice.
Anyways, so she serves you, and Logan, excuse me, you've been trying to say something. What are you looking to do here?
I just want Neva likes the presentation. It's very cute. It's very engaging. She thinks it's very good with like advertising, like customer wise. It's good. She does not care about that. She cares about how hard the drinks are and wants the absolute like hardest drink that's gonna put her on her ass if she drinks like 3 of them.
Got it. So you see Heward kind of lean forward a little bit. I'm gonna go run to the back and get the samurai some bacon. My wife will take care of all of you. And hard drinks, we do more festive and you see his wife kind of usher him away. I can take care of you. And this woman is relatively beautiful. They don't really align. This guy must have retired and gained some weight, as this woman is gorgeous. And wearing a very green dress with red ribbon everywhere. As she looks to you and is like, well, old Ronald over there in the corner, he normally brings in his own mix. And that's probably the hardest thing that we have here. We don't serve it, but I'm sure you can convince him to give you some. We do have elderflower liqueur and some various grogs and things as well, but for the most part, we sell holiday drinks.
I'll go
Well,
talk to the old man.
I appreciate you being so accommodating. Thank you. It's nice to get good service.
Down girl.
Especially when you just come into a town. I mean, that dragon, am I right, y'all? That was a lot. A very big, tall order, but nothing we can't handle.
I'm just gonna wrinkle my nose and like at the drink and just take a sip and like wrinkle my nose again because it tastes like Christmas and I fucking hate Christmas.
So this one, actually tastes more like winter, and what I mean by that is it's very fruity, and not pine, not all those things, but you do get Christmas vibes from it, as there looks like there's snowflake-shaped ice cubes in the drink. So more aesthetically.
As Neva's going off with this, the wife Skittles is just gonna sit there and be like, "Down girl, wife, married."
I'm respectful. I didn't say anything that was off color, and I'm not gonna hit on her because she's married, but I can still appreciate what's in front of me.
Yes, because people being married has stopped you in the past, right?
The target's a target. The shot not taken is the shot missed.
What he said.
So as you guys are ushered the group to a table, and gyoza are brought out. Let's see, and Neva and Skittles. When you guys walk up to this Ronald's character that she pointed out, you realize it was the old man you saw with a candied candy cane. And you see this white long hair, a goatee, and he's dressed like a raggedy butler. And I mean, like, it looks like this outfit he's wearing is very old, along with himself. And you see him look up to you, just kind of excited to see anybody coming over to him in the form of interaction.
What is up, you outstanding-looking elder gentleman? I have a question for you, good sir.
I have plenty questions for you, too! You're first, go ahead.
I would like to know what perhaps it would take to procure some of your outstanding-smelling liqueur.
They've been ratted out again, and as he stands up, and he's probably like 5'5". He's an old man, hunched over more than anything, and he puts the candy cane down and puts a hand on your shoulder, and as he leans in, you smell whatever he's been drinking, and it's abrasive. Like your nose hairs almost are like, oh god, what? I can't believe they told you. And he pulls out a small vial. You'd have to answer a question for it, though.
Answer whatever question you would like. Just please don't breathe on me again. My eyes are gonna melt.
And he gives you a slight push, not like aggressively, but like he's pushing off of you to stand up kind of thing. Well, and who's your friends? As he points to Neva. No offense, you look more like the sidekick. Anywho,
I will not take
Sorry.
offense to that.
Well,
Neva's just gonna spend a good few minutes thinking about why he looks like the sidekick.
you have a bard with an instrument and a very fancy-looking soldiers, basically, standing in front.
By the way,
You have a knight and a musician. Anywho,
for your information, Joe, Skittles is like 3'4".
Oh, I
Wait,
figured.
he's half of Neva.
Oh, well, that makes it all the more adorable. Now, as he sits up and looks at two of you, well, of course. Well, I will say it once, so listen. What is brought to the table, cut and served, but never eaten?
What?
You each get one guess.
Say again? What did you just say to me?
So you guys are at the table with Gyoza and the wife as they approached a old gentleman in the corner. You can see them. I would say you probably won't hear them, as literally throughout this place there's kids running around, music being played obnoxiously still, and through Roll20 that you guys hear. Does anyone else hear music?
I hear music. I've been jamming this whole fucking time.
I was gonna say, like, I've been jamming alone. Oh man.
I've gotten used to it.
Tragic.
Okay.
Okay, turn it up a little bit.
Dun 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 dun. Hey. Dun, dun,
Look, it's a
dun.
good level.
Oh god, it's so much louder now.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're good.
I didn't even got the update on it.
All right. So Neva and Skittles, you each get one guess. What is brought to the table, cut and served, but never eaten?
Can I
Austin,
can I
this is your
roll
chance,
something
man.
to get a hint?
I'll tell you what. Because you are of almost noble background, and May, give me a good old history check here.
Okay, that's a real tall order you're asking for a guy, but
That's so awesome.
there you go. History?
Yes.
It's gonna be a flat 20, y'all.
20. Yeah. You gather from what is it a nat 20? Wait.
That was a nat 20. I'm gonna take a picture.
Natural 20.
There's no way. I can't believe I did that.
It's always the ones you don't want, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I wanted that.
Fair.
Austin,
Everyone's got different.
they haven't looked at you yet, so put them away. So Logan, what you
Okay.
gather is that what he is talking about is something that is in various places. You can find them in gambling halls, you can find them in alleys, you can find them in various things, but almost always there's a group of people being served these at a table. I will give you 10 more seconds as a player and we will move on.
Could you say that first part? Could
Oh,
you
no.
play that or say that first part again? Because it didn't translate. I'm sorry.
Gambling halls and back alleys, but almost always there's a group of people being served. Skittles, feel free at any point to steal it.
Oh,
As
Playing cards,
everyone's looking
good sir.
accusing.
I got it.
Well, they call me the Riddle Master. I have more, but maybe your friends would like to play too. And he hands you a small little vial, and it's probably like a little bit bigger than a shot glass, like 2 ounces.
Okay.
This is not a holiday drink. All.
Uncap it.
Oh, no, Neva, it was only given to Skittles. You need to answer your own riddle.
I'll hold it for you later. Don't say shit.
So Ronald's like kind of like he almost is inviting himself as he clearly is a lonely old man and a drunk, but that's beside the point. As he makes his way past you and is like, I see you brought friends. I'm gonna go say hi. Bye-bye. And walks by you and brushes like Neva, almost not pushing you to the side, but like brushing his hand on your shoulder, making sure that him as he's rocking doesn't fall over.
She's gonna like hold her arms out just like as a oh god, please don't fall, and if you do, I'll catch you. Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyways, you all now see a gentleman approach the table as you guys are given from the wife and actually 2 children these wooden boxes that look very hot, as they're probably also the dumpling boxes. The rest of the table, while they were doing that, did you guys order any drinks off of the menu?
Whiskey.
Whiskey, okay.
Off the menu. Not on the menu.
It was not one of the
I got
choices,
the
no.
snowflake.
Brown.
Yes,
Whiskey.
Lexi.
You did, yeah.
Finnegan?
Whiskey.
So, you actually are served a drink that looks like it's in a highball cup with a singular piece of ice and it brown liqueur, and maybe you don't know if it's whiskey, but they literally didn't know how to respond to you as they poured you something.
Clear
Is it brown?
alcohol are for rich women on diets.
And I just down it.
Sure. Give me a Constitution saving throw, as when you take it, you feel a burn of it. It feels like whiskey, but there's notes of cinnamon and holiday spice in it. As you 12. As you swig back this delicious drink, it warms you to the soul. It doesn't matter how warm or cold it was in the room. You kind of have a sweat drip, from your eyebrow, as it is really warming you up. You feel good, rosy cheeked and all.
That was the same thing I was given.
Mhm.
He'll down it without hesitation.
Go for it.
He'll
Constitution
just
saving
drink
throw. As you guys drink these as an old man approaches your table.
29.
You feel a burn, but unlike your friend here, you're not really sweating, and maybe it's the height difference, maybe it's the size difference, or maybe you have a better tolerance. It tasted good.
It's the latter.
Ronald approaches you all, looks to Lexi, then to Finnegan, and then lastly to Barbarossa, and is just kind of like, okay. Are you still wearing your helmet, per chance?
I
Or
haven't
do you-
taken it off technically.
Shoves the drink under his
It was
back.
like through the face hole.
Well, I'm the riddle master. Anyways, welcome to Polar Pine, and who wants the riddle? I have
What?
drinks.
I'm just going to look him up and down with like the hardest stare.
Okay, for sure.
Says she just that's her response.
You see him lean the cane on the table and put his arm down. He's wearing these little fingerless gloves. Anyone want to play? I have other gifts too. Please.
Neva, having had this interaction and understanding where her limitations are, just goes back to the bar and asks for one of those whiskeys.
You are also 2 silver. Actually, no, because Skittles covered the group with 30 gold. They give you your drink.
Yeah,
Finnegan?
give me one riddle.
Okay. I have 2 more, but I will give you one. I give mirth and merriment. They say I smell quite old, but I can turn a timid man into one that is quite bold. And I'll say it without the thing. Give mirth and merriment, and they say I smell quite old, but I can turn a timid man quite bold.
Neva's gonna down her shot.
And he was like, fuck that. Just fuck that.
Listen.
I'm good.
She is
But that
big of heart, but no thoughts.
Sure. Anyone want to take a guess? There's no wrong
Even-
answers, but the wrong answers.
first dance.
See, Brad is good. Finnegan is dumb, but together we don't know.
Hmm. Okay. Anyone want to take a chance at it?
Timid.
Mm,
What did you say, Lexi?
Did Skittles hear this?
Everyone heard. Everyone's around. Lexi, as she says alcohol, the old man turns and is like, "Ooh, and yes, alcohol, yes. More specifically, wine, but I'll take that answer." And he hands you this teeny little vial.
I was
Or
trying to
would you prefer
whisper.
a rock?
I was gonna whisper wine into your ear, Neva.
It is wine, yes. But so Lexi, he looks at you and says, "Would you prefer a rock or this vial?"
The vial.
He does blame you.
Just gonna hold her hand out, just like very quietly, like.
And he puts it in the center. And this old man actually has really cold hands, maybe circulation or whatever. But you feel his hand, and it's like, yeah, okay, I'm good. I hope to see you guys around. If you want a third riddle, come find me, okay? Or if you could tickets now, I don't have anything going on. And this old man, once again, he is guilt tripping you so hard, and he definitely knows it. He definitely knows what he's doing.
Excuse me, old man.
You want me to join you?
Well, sure. You could join us if you give everybody a shot of that alcohol.
I like
Why don't
that.
you make
I
a
like that
con
idea.
save For that
sorry.
whiskey that I did.
Sorry, we was trying to do that because she answered the riddle. Yes, you can do it. Feel free. No one
You
has
let me a
met
good con save.
aside from Barbarossa. Barbarossa met it and some.
19.
Yeah.
19, yeah, it burns. Same thing. You don't see the sweat drip off of your eyebrow like it did for Finnegan, but maybe you might not have noticed that. That was a
Good
nice crack, by the
stuff.
way. Anywho, give me a persuasion check here, Austin, as you're trying to convince this old man to give up something that he clearly uses a lot of.
While they're doing that, she's
Alcoholic.
just like holding the vial up to the light. She shook it a couple of times. She's just like, I don't know why I wanted the vial, but I have it now, and now.
Okay.
Lexi, drink it.
As she
32.
investigates it, gonna get kind of closer and just like investigate it with her. Like she's gonna squint at it and be like, yes, a liquid.
Are you two trying to decipher like what it is or what it's made? It's very clear.
Yeah,
It's a very clear liquid.
Can I
Yes.
roll?
Do you have any do you have herbalism or alchemy as a tool skill? It should be in the bottom left of your first page.
Let's just see.
I'm sorry to the stream if you guys can't hear this music. Honestly, my favorite part.
You've
know.
broken. How could you?
Oh, damn you all! You're pissing on the graves of fucking the composers. The composers.
Skills one more time.
Herbalism or alchemy. See, if you don't have them, then you can just make a straight roll here.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't think I have
Okay.
them.
Logan, does your character have no? Okay, both of you just make general wisdom checks.
I can. A wisdom. Oof. All right. Great.
And for your 30, the old man looks at you. 32. Oh, you fail actually. No, I'm sure. The higher you go, the worse it is. You overconvinced him. He sits down next to you and puts his hand on the table in front of your hand. Fine. Okay, fine. I give him out. And he kind of like he's just disappointed. He's kind of like you could tell he wanted to like play more, and he's like he hands out these little vials to everyone that hasn't got one yet. And with a 32, he also gives you another one, Austin.
I'll make it fun for you, old man. You ready? I'm light as a feather, but nobody can hold me for long.
The breath, yes, the breath. That's a good one.
That's good. Yep, that was it.
And he pets your head like you gave him like an elementary riddle. It's okay. What did you guys get for your intelligence checks?
Wisdom.
Oh, wisdom. Sorry, I apologize. I do apologize.
Okay, cool.
And no, for only those investigating the vial.
I got 15.
15. Okay.
10.
10. You gather, Logan, that it is definitely some form of very clear liquid. This is a very refined thing for some old man handing it out of his pockets, already prepackaged in shot form. Heavy shot, albeit. Lexi, you gather that this is definitely made from a type of grain similar to probably sugar, and the reason I say that is within there's these little sparkle, like it's not perfectly refined. It's clear, but there are these little bubbles of sugar that were clearly not refined out. You gather it's probably pretty strong.
But it does look like alcohol. It doesn't.
Oh, it is definitely alcohol.
Okay. We're just taking drinks from strangers now.
We're so screwed.
Rule
We're
number
gonna
one.
get laced.
Did you say this out loud, Lexi, to the table?
Yes. We're just taking drinks from strangers now. It's like rule number 1 of the tavern is don't take drinks from strangers.
Well, I'm not a stranger. I'm Ronald.
I've never turned down a drink when it was offered, honestly, and it has yet to treat me badly.
Well, why don't we all take a shot together, and I'll give you another riddle.
Free shots?
I like your funny words, little man.
Aw,
Which little man?
it's a hump.
Way to be a
Um,
jerk, Diva. Jesus.
Barbarossa, what do you think?
Barbarossa takes out his flask and say, "That's why you bring your brown." And he starts drinking.
I'm gonna pop the cork.
You pop your cork.
Yeah,
So what does Skittles do in Finnegan? Yeah, oh, absolutely. I hear you. What do you do?
Skittles pops his cork, but while he does it, he, I think it's a cantrip.
Yeah.
Yeah, he casts Minor Illusion and makes, like, a little snowflake spinning in the center of the table.
I leave mine on the table.
Okay, known for the samurai, and he almost like
Take a shot with me, man.
pushes his hand forward, like none.
He reaches his flask down to his little buddy here and says, "You can have some of mine."
We got offered a free drink after we did what we set out to do after years of vengeance on our hearts, and you're saying no? It's kind of like a big old fuck you to me.
This is getting deep.
He's gonna take off his helmet, revealing all of a sudden just this long, like, lower back length blonde hair falls out of his helmet and flourishes around his shoulders. He does a little hair whip, and then he'll be like,
Skittles is
"Fine."
aroused.
And he'll pick it up and go to reach down to cheers his little buddy. You
Yeah,
can-
man, like we said, man, if things are going badly, and
And he cheerses you.
if things are going badly, make them worse. Be a man.
As
Be a man.
as he
And
flips
he'll
his hair
drink.
down with his long blonde hair, Skittles just goes, ooh.
Diva just like puts a hand on his shoulder and like, calm down there, Captain.
Well, I'm excited that everyone's involved. Okay, me first. And he pulls out a like not a shot glass of it, but like a bigger bottle of it. Can't break the teeth. And takes down a swig, and does like a. Anyone else? Please join me.
Diva, this is all you, girl.
Yeah, Finnegan takes it.
Finnegan, give me everyone that chooses to take it. Give me a Constitution save.
All right.
This
No,
is
no,
the
no,
strongest alcohol you have ever put to your lips.
Barbarossa.
Did you
Oh.
say you drank
27.
the whole thing, or did you just smell it? I didn't hear you and you.
I just smelled it, but if everyone else is, she's gonna shake her head and do it too.
Like one of those. Fuck.
I am
Like,
definitely
yes,
not
this
Raven.
is what we're doing.
Oh.
Does everyone drink it but Skittles?
Oh,
is
yeah.
what I'm gathering. Okay. Finnegan.
No, Skittles
What do you
drank it.
Okay. Finnegan, what did you get?
27.
Oh, gee. Okay. Yeah. You were already warm from before. This one hits, but maybe it's because you've already had that drink that your stomach's ready for more liquor. This does burn, though. Nice. It burns nice. Barbarossa?
He before he drinks his drink, he says, "I regret nothing." In the end, and he drinks it. I got a natural 20 for a 32.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is the second time you've been served something. It's definitely strong, but you're kind of at this point, nothing beats the homeland. These people don't know how to drink up north.
Yeah.
Skittles.
Well, seeing that I'm not Raven anymore, I got a 9.
Not immediately drunk, but if you've ever taken a shot of Everclear in your life, your mouth dries out, your throat dries out, and all of that confidence you had turns into like a dry cough and gag as you want to vomit, but it just you don't. It's there. You feel it, and you feel the sweat dripping.
As a distraction, he's going to choke it down and then take his shirt off and get on the table and start Irish jigging.
Give me a
That's why you
performance check
sing me a song.
after I get Lexi and Logan. Lexi, 15?
16.
16. You feel the red in your face. You feel this hit you very strongly. But you're very, you being the type of rogue you are, you being the type of person you are, you know how to compose yourself even when drunk, but it does affect you. And Logan.
21.
21. You don't feel it as much as everyone else. You and Barbarossa have taken plenty of shots before in your life. But the burn is there, and you shrug off the dryness in your mouth. You've probably done worse.
It's not a bad drink. Did you
You
put it
shook.
in your belt?
And Skittles, give me a performance check for you clearly letting the alcohol get to you.
Well, this would be... I'm going to stop talking in that voice for a second. This would be the perfect time for me to pull out a natural 20 for a performance check
Hey.
of 35.
Nice.
Perfect.
35, okay. And a natural 20. You describe to me how well you're performing and how and why so many people in this tavern change the tune of what they're doing as they gather around you.
Well, he's got... Skittles has his shirt off, which it's not much of a shirt anyway. If you see the Hero Forge picture, it's basically just all chest.
Yes.
So he takes the shirt off, and then he starts Irish jigging for a minute. And as he sees people watch, he throws his shirt and starts flossing his own shirt and like doing a little like burlesque routine almost. Completely feminine dancing, dude, not masculine at all.
Maybe it's because you're a performer, but you are definitely, you notice as you're doing all these things with your passive perception, various parents ushering their kids away from your table. Curious what the bard that did like perform so well in the streets would do. They're ushering them away from you flossing in front of their children.
He just took that god awful. I'm assuming it's rye gut whiskey, so
It's good though.
Skittles doesn't care.
Anyways, as you guys all enjoy your night and you drink, eat various things in the tavern, and Ronald stays with you throughout the whole night. Seemingly to him, you guys have been best friends forever. Like, it's one of those people that most of the things out of his mouth are gibberish, but it's coming probably from a good place. As he gets up to leave the group, as it's probably... How long would you guys say all of you would stay here drinking and eating and hanging out in this new town?
Couple
In
hours.
this new tavern?
Couple hours.
Couple hours? Sure. So after you guys have had various drinks and you guys are all wherever you would want to be in the night in terms of how drunk you are and how much fun you're having, he stands up. It's that hour for me. Austin, that was sick. I'm going to be headed home for the night. But before I go, and he's going to lean down to Skittles, like almost challenging you because he's probably been whispering riddles in your ear all night, trying to get you to get stumped. In the form of a fork, I hit the ground. And if you wait a heartbeat, you can hear my friend's roaring sound.
Can you de-accent yourself, please?
Yes. In the form of a fork, I hit the ground. And if you wait a heartbeat, you can hear my friend's roaring sound. And he says it out loud. You all can hear him, but he's clearly, like, competitive with the man that's been giving him riddles. And if you wait a heartbeat, you hear my friend's roaring sound. Anybody feel free to answer. Well, I guess I stumped you, Mr. Skittles. Oh. Okay.
Night, like as the few hours have progressed, Neva would probably at some point settle into a chair kind of in between Skittles and Lexi, and would probably have at that point started trying to talk to Lexi about like the intricacies of combat and like actual
Go for it.
like just her trade in general, since she was raised a smithy and she has no other avenue of conversation. And while Lexi has not yet given any kind of signal that she's comfortable with it, Neva is down to try anyway.
Okay, I was thinking of actual fork, but you're just talking about a fork, and the roaring sound is thunder, so it's lightning.
Yes, it is. As the old man looks at you, and smiles, almost stunned. Like he's you guys been going back and forth. This is clearly his back pocket fucking trying card. Like this, he brings this out. Yeah, he brings this one out when he's kind of like, "Fuck you, I'm going home." And kind of, you see him look at you, it's just like, "Oh, no one's ever gotten that one." And you hear across the bar, Sophia Heward's wife. That's because you always annoy everyone. Oh.
That was a good riddle, though. I'm gonna use that.
And he hands you a stone. Hey, little buddy. And he ruffles your hair. Clearly, this whole time, he thought you were probably a child. And as he walks,
You
everybody.
gave alcohol to kids?
What? Well, they gotta drink sometime. They may as well drink with a safe man. I just want friends. And he, like, puts his head down as he's like, I'm going. Yes, but he puts a stone in your hand. Feels warm. It's nice. Looks really smooth. There's a rune on it.
Oh, do I recognize the rune?
Give me. Do you have a smithing tool proficiency?
I do, in fact, have a proficiency with smithing tools.
Give me an Arcana check with advantage, or a smithing,
Grateful.
whichever you prefer.
I
That is
don't
up to
know
you.
what smithing would be under.
You're both. These are both intelligence. So if you aren't proficient in
no.
Arcana, you would do smithing because
not.
you were proficient. Okay.
Where did
so I
you
would
find
prob-
these
Okay,
riddles?
hold on, let me look at my proficiency.
but these are in
bonus.
his
Yeah,
module.
I don't know
These are his.
more.
Yeah.
Proficiency is okay.
I added the flavor to Ronald because I like old men giving riddles. I think it's more fun. And depressing.
That's another natural 20 for a 25.
Where's Kylu when you need her? Because there's a
Yeah.
lot of nat ones that come across these tables.
Absolutely. That's why I'm at. I will.
Yes,
I will send another picture.
As you immediately look to your friend Skittles and look at this rune, this looks like something of luck. And what I mean by that is, just from your smithing knowledge, these traditionally are a ward of faith and luck, and in the sense that they're often imbued in magical items. You, being a smith by trade with your family, understand that this is a magical item. You don't necessarily know what it does, but you know that that rune means luck.
With Eyes of the Rune Keeper, can I do I know the symbol itself?
Oh, well, that's why I gave you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It means for luck.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
It's in a language you understand. You know it's magical because of your smithing background, but you don't know what it does because you
She's
don't
gonna
have the
rock.
identify spell.
She's gonna see the rock and get really excited and be like, "Oh, you got a magical rock? That's so cool! I wish I had a magical rock, man."
Why are you yelling at me?
Wow. Oh, was I being loud?
A little
I'm
bit.
a little drunk. I'm a little drunk.
Ugh.
Jeez. What does it mean?
I don't know, but it's magical.
I wonder
And-
if I should sit with this for approximately around an hour.
Well, you're doing that if you choose to do that. What does everyone else want to do? And you do have one more attunement slot, so. Or do you have two? I think you have one. Okay. Finnegan, Barbarossa, Lexi, what are you doing while these two are nerding out? Yeah, because I thought you only had one and you
Is
had
the
two
old
magic
man
items.
still there?
The old man had handed him a stone, made a scene basically, not in a bad way, and left.
All right, I'm gonna look over at Lexi, or Finnegan's gonna look over at Lexi and just smile.
I have a riddle. What's red but smells like green paint?
Red paint, you idiot.
I wasn't asking you, Mr. Skittles. It's for Lexi.
Hey, why don't you
Alright,
shut your
Mr.
mouth and
Fancy
taste
Hands,
the
why don't you get up
rainbow?
and do a dance? God.
Hey,
Yeah,
taste the rainbow.
Hey. Alright, what's green? It smells like a red paint.
Conversation is concerning. What?
Answer is Skittles. Smell like paint, dude. Leave me alone.
You smell like
Taking
your
my
parents
riddle to
never
me?
loved you.
Jesus. Barbarossa,
I see.
what about you?
Have I received my bacon yet?
So, yes, at some point during the night, you would have literally just received what looks like real pork rinds. And what I mean by that is
Beautiful.
they served you some very thick chicharrones as they were like, enjoy. your night. And Heward also, by the way, when he handed them to you at some point in the night, didn't know really how to approach you with this plate and how to plate it. So he just plated it in a mound of chicharrones.
When he hands it to him, he sees a singular tear start to roll down, and then he gets mad. Both his eyes look down at it. He points it, and you see it roll back up into his eye and says, "Tears are for the weak."
Did you just cloudy with a chance of meatballs that tear?
This whole time since he has been just listening and stuffing his face.
Okay. So, everybody give me perception checks, as this is a rowdy tavern, and it's been slowing down. All of the children are now gone, and it's just the adults.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
24.
24.
13.
28.
Okay. 28. Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
And Lexi.
Bear with me.
Skittles has just been doing magic tricks to the other short person this week.
I have a 16.
16. Okay. So, everybody aside from Neva at some point would have probably heard various people. Shoot magic tricks, you son of a bitch. Various people talking about different things. But for the most part, what you hear is people talking about how dangerous it is to go north of this village. So you guys came in from the south of this village, and how dangerous the blizzards can be, how dangerous the winds are. You overhear talks of these big monsters that blend in with the Arctic environment. One of the most alarming things you guys probably hear is also, Lexi, I love what you're reading, by the way. I love those. And I'm not calling you out, but I am. I love those.
I forgot I was on camera for half
Anywho, yes.
Amazing.
Mhm.
Good
And
snack.
what you guys is most alarmed by is the talks of how there aren't a lot of adventure in this town, but everyone you pick your group up in conversation throughout the night, and that's normally in a positive way. There are some random things thrown in there about this Mecha Knight looking guy and why he's still wearing all of his armor in such a hot tavern, and also how the short guy is a jerk. Lexi, you would have heard something that maybe makes you feel better, maybe doesn't. There was a portly child who went to Heward who couldn't buy his evergreen eclairs because he couldn't find his allowance. And the only reason you keyed in on it was because it sounded similar to the dwarf that was crying when Finnegan intimidated him in the streets.
He's having horror.
Deserved it.
You're right.
Yeah. But as you guys are reaching that point of the nightcap, various people are starting to pack out. You guys know that in this town, there are various shops and different things. You guys can explore them, or you can call your night here. What do you all do?
I'm just waiting to attune to whatever this is.
Okay. No, I know. You're fine. Well, you guys all think internally. There's various shops, and you guys, I can list them to you, as you probably would have picked them up in the tavern anyways. But Austin, what you attune to?
Did you just NPC me? It's Skittles.
Sorry.
Right.
What you attune to is the Stone of Good Luck.
Yeah.
This polished stone is you gain +1 to ability checks and saving throws. So it's kind of like the Ring of Protection, but not AC based. So you're all. I actually don't know. I think it might be.
It is.
I'm old school. I always go paper.
Sure.
But yes,
Write
it's
it down,
+1
you
to
say.
all ability checks and saving throws. And yeah, you just feel better. Like you feel more confident in yourself.
Oh, take it
Okay.
down a notch there, cowboy. Like, getting a little ahead of yourself.
Um,
Next thing you know,
but-
you're going to be up a tree, and I'm going to have to come rescue you again.
yeah.
That has only happened like 3 or 4 times at maximum. And it was a tall tree, and the ground looked really tiny from way up there, and I just wasn't sure what to do. I'm a small person, and I just didn't. Let's just not bring this up again.
All right. So you guys know that there's a shop called Frosty Finds. More than likely the Bobble and Tchotchke shop they were referring to. Breeze Ironworks. is the other one. These are the main areas in this town for shops. There are various other food shops, right? But for the most part, it seems like this is a residential town. It's a large town, but a lot of these people are rich middle class. They don't really. You don't know how they made their money, but they're definitely retired here as people all day were drinking in a tavern with you guys. So there's 2 shops you can go to in this module. It is the Ironworks or Frosty Finds, or both.
Frosty Find.
Frosty Finds. Anyone splitting the party here, or what do you guys decide to do? No?
Well, I think I'm just along for the ride.
I'd be down to
Definitely,
go check it out. I mean, I do feel a little weird leaving anybody like without a big like the chunk of muscle that I am. Like that's my whole goal is to protect everybody and make sure that like things are kosher. So if we're gonna split off, then like that's fine. But we need to split off. Like Barbarossa go with a chunk, and then I go with a chunk, and like we can coordinate.
Yeah, Skittles is a squeamish, scared little fuck, so he's just gonna stick with somebody that can protect him.
Lexi is just going to she's made up her mind. She's already
She's
walking.
going. Bobbles and Chopsticks.
I'm with Barbarossa. I'm just kind of holding the hands up upsies.
Pick him up and he'll put him on his shoulder.
Aw. That's a cute sight.
I'm gonna tug at Skittles. I don't whatever piece of like the sleeve of your not shirt and be
Is
like,
he wearing
"We're
a
gonna
shirt?
We're gonna go follow Lex. I don't know if he put it back on or not. Yeah,
Okay.
so-
Wow, it's easy,
We're gonna
David.
follow
You're just gonna pull my arm out of socket.
You should. You gotta start lifting with me, dude. That's all I'm saying.
I don't
Like,
lift, I
off
play.
road, you'll be fine.
Listen, I have finger dexterity. I do not lift.
Wow. Well, on that note, because that's a perfect note to move on. You guys make your way towards the shop across the street. There are some people in here. Children are probably all asleep at this point. You see adults variously looking through different aisles of this store through these big frosted windows in the front with beautiful wooden dividers. And you see a interior of this delightful mishmash of holiday charm and practicality. As to the left of the store, you see a lot of winter equipment. Winter coats, furry, fuzzy bedrolls, goggles, hats, gloves, various rations and different things. And then to the right, you see something more interesting. You hear tingling sounds of bells, various things that are handmade, different tchotchkes, holiday goods, and various things. What do you all do? As in the center...
Oh.
Sorry. I said what do you all do too early, I guess. I apologize.
I was so
Go
excited.
for it. In the center, you see people drinking hot chocolate as there is a keg of some warm beverage. Now you may. Alexi, what did you... Sorry.
Is there anything that catches my eye that's within like not behind a glass or a shelf or something? I'm looking for anything interesting that might.
So give me a perception check here as you try to scope visually around the store.
Where's my dice? And then my character sheet.
Mine!
Skittles' strength is a 9.
I have 19.
19. So you see colorful ornaments and twinkling lights everywhere. Miniature snowmen creating these little the different sets, displays. There isn't anything that seems too interesting aside from holiday theme for you. Not really your thing, though. Next to the hot cocoa tanker where you see people gathering, you see these thermos-looking things that have to be magical. And what I mean by that is there's just a sign that says "Caution, Hot Metal" on all of these thermoses. But that's about it. Nothing of super interest.
Immediately disappointed.
Fuck this
Immediately
tchotchke
done.
shop.
Do I possibly also notice this?
Sure. Give me a
What
perception
kind
check.
of metal is it? Oh, a perception check? Okay.
Yeah, it's
That may not
metal.
go well. Nope, did not. That's a 10. I didn't notice anything.
Excuse me, what was the check?
It was a 10.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems like an equipment store and also a gift shop. It's a weird blend. With a 10, you see the proprietor in the back. You see this older man with a white beard, with just this welcoming spirit about him. And I say that as he's basically handing out hot chocolate and greeting everybody that comes in the store for the most part.
Okay. Yeah. Interested in the types of quality metal items that he might have. Neve's gonna meander on over, be like, "Hello, I see that you've got some pretty good wares. May be interested. Depends on what kind of metals you use, how pure, high quality they are. I'm a bit of a snob about it.
Right. Well, the things in my shop are all unique, right? I don't really know how they're made. I just acquire things. Now, these thermoses are one of the few magic items we have. There are ways of keeping drinks warm for days, and you need it as the atmosphere around this town is dangerous. So don't leave. But you all look well armed, especially, and he points to the samurai behind you guys, especially him. But he seems like maybe he wants to go to the ironworks, not here. But can I sell you any winter gear or anything?
I'm curious about what you mean about dangerous. What exactly? Well, like, what kind of danger could be around here?
And you see him kind of just. Well, most people in the town don't travel north as, well, they'll die. There's beasts and blizzards, and people get lost all of the time, so unless you're a survival expert, I wouldn't venture north. However, if you do venture north, we have a great aisle in the front of the store with plenty of gear. We are closed tomorrow, by the way, just letting you know now, as it is the holiday tomorrow.
Of course. Okay, I guess I'm gonna
Awesome.
browse. Neva's not really, so Neva, full clarity, Neva is not impressed with what he has now. Like, now that he's been like, oh, well, I'm not sure. It's just like, okay, well.
You're like, you didn't make it, so.
We're all disappointed.
Yeah, right. We're all disappointed.
Sure.
And, but she is polite and doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, so she's gonna like pretend to browse for a second before going, no, I think I'm okay. I think I've got
Okay. Anyone else? Yeah.
Do you have any winter coats with perhaps a white or gray fur-lined collar that might be like maybe like a purple or like a fuchsia pink? That would be fantastic.
Well, we have plenty of winter gear, and a lot of the richer folks in town really like their fur-lined things. We do have, well, let me just see what I have. And as he opens his book and looks, aisle 3, and he like walks out from behind the desk and kind of like holds his arm out. Never mind. We'll just follow. Oh, okay, yes. And like starts ushering you down. I'll be with you two shortly, but yes, shortly. As he looks to Barbarossa and Finnegan and walks down, and what you see as you guys Austin and Skittles will see boots, various styles of boots. Then he'll see various styles of goggles. As you get to these fur coats that have this very thick wool lining, but then you get past that, and you see these various coats that are made of different beasts. And what I mean by that is like the furs all look good, like great quality, but some look like maybe woolly mammoth like tufts, like really thick and coarse, where others look like almost like a cat, like this beautiful soft fur on them all. Pick your choice: brown, grays, and whites.
Well, this doesn't wear brown, so that's out. I need to find whatever he thinks is the most fabulous looking coat, because that's all Skittles does is pure fabulousness.
It's fabulousness.
Yes.
Well, Yeah, and so this is definitely the section for it. As you see him kind of look perplexed, as he has a few options. Sizes is mostly what he has in quantity is different sizes. He's like, well, this one and is definitely a kid's coat, but it is fancy as fuck. Like it's one of those things where on the outside it has that like red, nice silky felt on it, but then on the inside is this white, beautiful fur-lined fleece. It basically looks like Christmas.
I'm not big on the red, but
I have gold.
Gold?
Mm-hmm.
I'm down.
As he puts that one back and brings this one out, we also have green. Holiday is gold, green, and red.
Yeah, I mean, in all politeness.
Just take the
fuck
gold.
Holiday,
I don't
want the
care.
gold one. Yep.
As this old man's kind of like, just take it, please.
Just take it? Cool. I'm going to take it and just start walking out. Or I'm going to put it on and walk out as soon as I get to where Neva and them are. You said
I
take
meant
it.
bring it to the counter.
Oh.
Like you carry it.
Right, my mistake. I'm going to bring it to the counter. I'm still going to wear it.
Yeah, it's very warm. It's actually too warm probably to wear in here, but like that's up to you.
As soon as he puts it on and he walks out to where they are, and he just holds his hands up. Log may I raid.
As you come up,
Definitely your color.
Thank you.
the tag on it is 25 gold.
Oh, bet.
This must be some fancy ass coat. As he takes it, well, I didn't realize that we had celebrities or rich people. Can I help either of you two? We have plenty of other coats and boots.
It's on me, guys.
In that case.
Everyone else is interested now.
I'm
Free?
going to go
I
look
like
for
things that are free.
Sure, Lexi. You can pick basically anything. They have, like I said, red, gold, and green is their aesthetic. They do have browns as well, but for the most part, this is definitely a shop that is festive in spirit in terms of us like picking something for the holiday. But all of them are functional.
Yeah, so she's going to go for the most, she's going to go for the brown. She's trying to get the most,
Basic.
practical color, because she will be dead before she gets caught in red or green. So I'm going to get a pair of boots. She's going to just grab all of the winter supplies that she can, because she's not paying for it.
It's true. So you come up to the front with boots, goggles, a snow coat, and a thermos.
Gonna take them and plop them on the counter,
as he looks to Skittles. Okay, doing some math on his hand, and then okay, that is about 300 gold for that, and the thermos is another 100, so 400.
How about, since we just spent a bunch of money, you give us a thermos for half off?
For all of you, or just for one thermos?
I mean, I didn't pick a thermos because I have my water skin in this coat. It's pretty warm, so it should be okay. So her thermos being half off. I feel like that's reasonable.
Are you
request.
buying gear for all of your friends? As he kind of leans forward, not trying to do anything weird, but definitely focused on selling you more. Okay, well, if you want to take your armor off, sir, I would gladly fit you.
I don't think it comes off.
Oh. Well, metal's cold in the Arctic. Barbarossa, he is referring to you. As you were the only one that is in full, plate, or full fucking shit.
Yeah, at the very least, I have a cloak on me.
He's gonna look down at his garb and say, "This is purely ceremonial garb, just for show." And he'll knock on it, and it sounds like almost like a paper wooden combination. And he says the real armor's underneath as he winks.
He kind of looks like I know what you mean, but he's like, what about you? And he looks to Finnegan, almost dart-eyed, quick. You?
Yeah.
We do have, for a little extra money, since your friend is forking out, an all-white winter coat
I mean, what about black?
Black. I can make it black. We have ink that will cost more.
Well, it's on my buddies. It's not on me, so it's fine. Rack it up. Rack up that bill.
125 for that coat, sir.
You know what? Give yourself 130.
130 sounds fantastic. Okay. Anyone else? Please.
Can you put some fur lining inside of my armor ornament?
I can work with Bree. You might want to go to the ironworks for that. As he puts a fleece lion on the table. He can adorn it, not me.
Okay.
That's another 25 gold at least. Anyone else? This is great. I love doing business with everybody.
Yeah, as the other gnome or halfling or whatever Brad is starts talking all that random shit, I need Brad's character to make a wisdom saving throw.
Why?
He's on my shoulder. If that's
Casting a spell.
Are there any actual like magical boots, or is it just like boots for winter?
Give me a Arcana check as you look through what he has.
for the sauce.
So,
Regret
does
not
a
asking.
10 do anything?
Yeah,
So what did I
Go for it. Yeah, what's happening?
So as he's talking all that shit, Skittles is gonna sneak around and pull out a tiny tart and a feather and look at him and go, knock knock. You
I answer the door.
right. You say who's there, and then I say fuck you, and I cast Tasha's hideous laughter. So now you fall prone and you can't stop laughing for a minute.
Are you sure about that?
Positive.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
watching that, Alfred leans forward. Anyways, your total comes to 555, and the thermos half off, so 475.
Got it. Here you go, my fine gentlemen.
Logan, what did you get on your Arcana check?
a 5, so we can just move right along.
Yeah, everything seems really magical, like Christmas.
I love those rolls. You're like, what'd you get? Doesn't matter.
Logan's back.
It's really overwhelming. I think I'll maybe just yeah, I'm good. I got my cloak. I'm fine.
Well, thank you for coming by. I might suggest that Breeze closes in about half an hour, and your friend here wanted his stuff lined, so I would make haste.
Oh, time to step. I'm just gonna pick up the gnome. You're a gnome, right? I keep forgetting you like
Skittles is a gnome.
Skittles is a gnome. Okay,
Yes,
so I'm gonna
I'm a
just
gnome.
scoop up Skittles, just scoop him up with an arm, head on out. Come on, we got places to be.
So, as you guys make your way out to go acquire Barbarossa's fur-lined samurai adornment,
Yeah.
you guys head to the opposite side of town. You guys go towards the eastern wall and find the clanging of metals as it sounds like some stuff is getting put away in this forge. And you know it's a forge because it is illuminating the square with that warm orange light versus the cool bright white lights that adorn the rest of the town. And you see a wooden door with a wreath made of pine needles that adorn the entrance. However, these pine needles are definitely made of metal, as this iron worker has made a full iron wreath around his door. What do you guys all do?
I'll take the hilt of my big ass samurai sword and just knock on it.
On the door?
He was too busy admiring the art that has been made.
This is probably
my
some
friend.
of the best gilding that you've seen as a smith in your background. This is someone that clearly is good at their craft, as this is a very detailed and fine thing to do with iron, especially in the random Arctic village. As you knock on the door, Barbarossa will see a large dwarf This is a dwarf who's taller than most dwarfs and bigger than most dwarfs. He's still a dwarf in height. He's still shorter than your average human, but he's a big man. And he looks at all of you, soot covering his face. This is a working man. Like a lot of the people you've seen in this town so far are rich and clearly noble or something of sorts. This man is someone that has probably earned his way into be in this town. What do you want? What do you all want?
Barbaros is gonna pull out the liner he bought and point to his like ornament he's wearing and say, "This armor is not real. It's just for show. I need it lined with this fur liner." And he holds it out, and kind of like those. If you've ever seen an army vest, where they kind of like pull off with just one pull clip from the front after.
Yeah, that's the way. Yeah.
Same thing with the thing. He reaches behind, he pulls two strings, so it kind of like T-posing his arms out to the right and the left as he pulls them, and his armor becomes slack, and he pulls it off, almost like a vest itself, and hands it over. When he pulls it off, you just see like Adonis level chiseled marble like, bodyscape. Like if water hit his chest, it would flow in a perfect symmetrical line and amongst the muscles.
The bard.
Yeah, Skittles is
when he turns around to give him the armor, you see an uncountable amount of scars and gouges and like brands and tattoos of all various kinds.
Diva, let me down.
It's chaos on his back and arms and in his skin.
That feels like a dangerous game to play.
Come on, Diva.
It's like a Ferrari that got scratched. It looks beautiful, but it's been damaged.
You just got, like one hand, just kind of like, stop, you're fine, calm down, breathe. She's actually gonna greet the dwarven man in Dwarvish, give him a traditional dwarven greeting, and then be like, my friend here just needs the lining done, and I noticed your wreath, incredible skill. You're very talented in your craft.
It won't change the price, but welcome to my ironwork. And he shakes your hand, and what you're greeted with is this leather glove, but you can almost feel the calluses under the leather glove as he shakes your hand. Come in. And he opens his door, and behind him, that dry scent of burning coals hit all of your nose. The interior is extremely hot. Like, if you guys are still wearing your winter coats, you'd probably want to take them. It is hot in here. And that makes sense, because the dwarf is basically just wearing an apron on base with pants. Coming in, you see more ironwork. And what I mean by that is he must have done all the gilding in this town, because you see golden, iron, and various different metal all adorning his walls. Snowflakes, tinsel, but made of iron, made in these intricate patterns. And now that you see him in a better light as he opened his door, most of his beard is singed. Like, this guy has burnt ends all over his beard. This guy lives here all day. As you can tell, he's been working still when he answered the door. Well, help yourselves look around. Anything you touch, don't worry, it's not going to break. I made it. But weapons I only sell to the townsfolk. No outsiders. Armor and anything else, feel free.
Skittles cast minor illusion to make Bart's abs sparkle.
Nice.
Diva, let me down, please.
Diva,
See
Diva
that just like
probably would
flex.
let the gnome down and just is just marveling at everything. And how happy to be comfortable in a place again. Like, this feels like home.
Well,
Abs in a smith shop?
I was going to close in about half an hour. You want me to line this with fleece? It's not iron, but give me half an hour. I should be able to simply line this thing. Look around.
Faith in you.
Don't worry about the gold. Screw it. It's Christmas tomorrow. As the guy walks to the back of the forge, and it's not that he's angry, but you just hear like the door slams behind him as he goes into like the smaller section of the workshop. You guys are standing now. Oh, you guys are standing. Cars does not give things for free. As you guys see, you're just standing in his forge, and you just hear the tinkering back there of hammer, and whatever he's doing. What do you all do while you're alone in the shop?
I'm gonna look for a sword sharpener and use it.
You're sorry. You both said something at the same time. What did you say, Bacon?
I said Barbarossa is going to look for a sword sharpener. If he finds one, he's just going to work on his sword and use it.
So you see an anvil, you see a whetstone, you see various things kind of scattered through. This where he sells his stuff is also most of his workshop too. It's pretty open.
Smith, that's what I was assuming. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, you'll just start like kind of refurbishing his sword a bit and just making it pretty.
Sure, give me a Smith's tools check.
Okay.
Or are you proficient in smithing tools?
I don't have like proficiency per se. He's just gonna sharpen it.
Sure.
You have the
go for it.
sword. You have a sword.
Okay.
Do you need a roll for
So
that?
just
or
make
no?
just make me a dexterity check. You don't have the intelligence to do this,
Okay.
like you don't have the proficiency. So give me a dexterity check to see how well you do what you're trying to do.
8.
If there's any smiths in the room, Neva, you probably noticed that Barbarossa's not sharpening his edge. He's actually starting to push the fibers of his blade off. And this is a fine eye of detail that you've had with mastery that Austin probably knows more for culinary arts. But in general, you're starting to make it more dull as you're not tuning the blade anymore.
What do you got?
But you don't know that. You think you're doing it well.
I am a
Hey.
swordsman.
No,
Yo, hey,
Leave it.
Barbarossa, do you mind? Could I just listen?
Give me
I
it.
understand that that's your
Give
weapon
me
and
it.
that you're trying real hard.
Oh, yeah.
Not the desired effect. Please let me just take over if you want your weapon sharpened.
He'll think for a second and then slowly pass it over and say, I've never sharpened it with a whetstone. I usually use the other enemy's armor to sharpen my blade. Haven't found one in a while.
As somebody that's taken quite a few bladesmithing courses, that wouldn't work. But do you?
That's what he thinks. He's a savage from a samurai clan in the mountains. He doesn't know
Neva's
shit.
just gonna take it from him and go right into sharpening it exactly the way that her father taught her.
Okay. You give me a Smith's tools check.
You'll
Use
pay
your
attention
intelligence
and
or
try
your
to-
dexterity. It is up to you.
Ooh.
As
Okay.
it is, how well do you remember,
good at
or how
both
well
those
can you do
things.
it?
Where are these rolls when I'm Kylo? Oh my god. So that's a third
Holy shit.
natural 20 for a 24.
Yeah. Okay. You know, and Dagan, I will explain what it mechanically means. So you know what you're doing. This is something that you actually, because he messed it up, it allowed you to work on it longer, which probably for you was more fun. As you're working on it, you guys all hear the door open as Neva's basically finishing up this blade. Sure, help yourself to my forge. That's what I meant. But he doesn't say anything past that, as he definitely, for anyone with a passive insight of over 15, so I think it's a majority of you guys actually, aside from Skittles and Finnegan, you guys know that his demeanor is that of respect. He actually, for a dwarven man, is someone that like is clearly a clan crafter and is impressed with what you're doing. Doesn't stop you. Looks like he was angry at first for you using his forge, and kind of is like, let the other master work. Fuck. Dagan.
Yeah.
For the next 5 attacks, for the next 5 swings you have for that blade, it is +3 to the damage.
Sweet.
And to
You're
hit.
welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, I think it was at your plus. Was that your +1 greatsword or?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is now as a +4 for 5 more slashes.
Okay.
Anyways, he comes out and hands you, after Neva elegantly and beautifully sharpens this blade, and hands you your fleece-lined armor.
Yeah. I'll take it and don it nice and quick, and then say, "Thank you, crafting master. You've made me warmer."
I wouldn't wear that. You know what? It's you're not sweating. You're fine. You're welcome. I would like to close up shop. You guys came in rather late, but feel free to come by tomorrow. As just because it's Christmas doesn't mean I don't work. Or don't.
Man of the trade. Can respect it.
You can feel free to buy any of my weapons, by the way. I trust someone like you not to dent or dull the blades.
Oh, well, thanks. I appreciate it. But actually, and she's just going to take her long sword and wipe it out.
But
with
actually,
her-
I'm better than you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, but I made this one myself and had somebody else enchant it. So, like, I'm doing pretty good for the moment.
You actually see him take a moment when you pull it out to look only at the hilt. The ironwork could use some work. You're learning. It's okay. It's a beautiful blade.
For sure. I'm not as a master of the craft like my father and my grandfather, and I'm sure you and the other dwarves that I've grown up with, but I do what I can.
Well, as long as it's not elven made, am I right? Anywho, have a good night, everybody.
I don't know.
Those things break easy. And he, as he kind of walks the door and opens it, I live here, by the way, so I won't be seeing you out. You can feel free to walk out. Enjoy your time in Polar Pine. So,
Okay, thanks for letting us in your shop. Bye.
She's like, I've been so bored this entire half hour.
yeah. As you guys leave, as you depart the Ironworks, you immediately pick up the sound of yelling and cursing. And does anyone here speak Elvish?
I think I do.
That was super sick, by the way. I love that for the mic. The little.
Oh, thanks.
So the two of you guys pick up. I built it, so I should have more of the silo. This is bullshit. And Elvish, as we will take a break here.
Oh. Break time. I could use some water.
As usual, so we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Noise.
Sorry, I had to dodge roll out there my